And what else? What just happened? Oh, my phone broke. My phone. Well, my phone before this one, I had the iPhone 3GS, and I dropped it in the I dropped it in the kitchen. Like I was in the kitchen and I was doing my chores and stuff, and like one of them is to wipe the counters off, so that's fine. But I like to listen to my music, so I had my phone on speaker with the music playing, but I put it like up in one of the cabinets, but like with the cabinet door open, and so that like the Windex and stuff doesn't get on it. And I wasn't really paying attention. I went to grab it, and it like slipped out of my hands, and then hit the cabinet, or and then hit the counter, and then the floor, and then I picked it back up, and the screen wouldn't turn on. And then of course I tried to do some James Bond, Michael Weston bullshit, and open it up and try to see what I could do. And all of that ended up happening was me breaking it more. Luckily, though, since I've been with Apple for over 2 years, and I've had my iPhone for over two, or since I've been with AT&T for over 2 years, and I've had my iPhone for over 2 years, which I guess does mean that I've been with Apple for 2 years. But fuck off. Um, they gave me a free 4G, which was nice because it was like an $18. You pay the upgrade fee, which is $18, and after that, you're good. You win, and that was cool. And the only thing that sucked was that like all my contacts and stuff were wiped, but I still had like most of my music backed up and all that from my old phone. What else? Oh, okay. So I had a girlfriend, right? It was sort of like a casual thing. Um, and this is a really okay. Well, let me first off start by saying that this is the story of how I lost my virginity. I I went to the movies with my sister and some of her friends and stuff, and uh, I was sitting outside of the cinema. There was this girl named Nikki, and I'm not gonna give out her last name or any of that. And we got to talking, and eventually she just straight asked for my number, so I gave her my number, whatever. And she and I go home, and I'm sitting there in the living room just watching TV at like 2 a.m. And I start getting and she texted me, and we just started talking about just bullshit. And eventually we get I don't know how it happened, but eventually we get to talking about like she's sad because she thinks that something's going wrong with her best friend, and then like she's losing all of her friends, and just fucking stupid teenage bullshit that I never want to fucking deal with, that I never like to associate myself with. Hence why I really don't have many friends my age. I have like two, one of which I've ever met face to face. Okay. Um, so we get just talking about that, and eventually she asks if she could call me. I really hate talking on the phone. I think a phone call should be like George Carlin said it perfectly. He said something like, "A phone call should be, it should have essence. It should have a meaning. Hey, meet me at the ballpark. Okay, I'll be there. Bye." That's a phone call. A phone call isn't fucking 9 hours of somebody just bitching at you about their problems and no. But she wanted to do that, and eventually I was like, fine. I got nothing else to do. It's 2:30 a.m. I indulged myself. And eventually, uh, she was crying and she's sitting there talking about killing herself and all this bullshit. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I said, if you really need me to, because she lives like right down the road. I said, if you need me to, I have a full tank of gas. I can come over and stuff. And her mom was like blackout drunk and stuff. And it's just her and her mom. And she's like, yeah, that'd be really nice if you could just come over or something like that. Mind you, it's fucking like 3 a.m. by this point. So I drive over there, and I get there, and we're just sitting in a room talking for a while, and we're talking, and we're like watching TV, and we talked it out about our friend and all that, and I remember we had like a pack of gummy worms, and we were sitting like throwing gummy worms at each other, and all of a sudden she was like, "Can I try something?" And I was like, "All right," and she like kissed me. She just wanted to kiss me to see if it was like more than a friend thing, I guess. And she's like, yeah, that's my other friend thing. And then with like no warning, she just fucking pounces me. She like pounced me and like she just wanted my dick. And that was and that was that. And I don't want to get too graphic here, but I God, I have no shame, so fuck it. But I how do I put this? Well, I guess people who are virgins. Well, I can't speak for everybody, so I'm just gonna speak for myself. I always thought that like something crazy would happen, like my first time, like maybe I would like ejaculate prematurely or like something, just some like really embarrassing thing like that. But I did fucking great. I finished the race. She did as well, and it was great. It was like fucking perfect. It was like I couldn't ask for a better session of intercourse. It was. Well, I mean, like it was very standard, and it was like factory stock, perfect like intercourse. It was just, I mean, we both finished, and it was good. And then we stayed there a little, and then I stayed there a little bit longer until the sun came up, and it was like 7 by this point. And then I went and got myself some donuts, and I drove fucking home like a pimp. I did not just say that. I apologize. I apologize. I did not just say that. If you can just rewind that from before I said that, and then just skip forward a little bit, like hiccup, and then just oh, what? Travis didn't just say that. Fuck off! I'm not listening to you. Bullshit. So what else happened? Um, I'm in a relationship now with a person who absolutely hates this Nikki person, and it's an okay relationship. We're very, it's a very casual relationship, and I think I've needed that for a while. Just a very light-hearted sort of casual thing. Obviously, I don't want to speak too much about her because I don't know if that's okay with her yet. So, um, yeah, I see her like over the weekend and stuff, and I give her rides to school and stuff. And her second grade teacher was telling me that she's just a great little girl. That's awful. That's awful. That's awful of me. Oh, no, I mean, I really do have a girlfriend, but she's not in second grade. She's in third grade. Now you don't know where I'm coming from. So what am I missing? I'm missing something. We killed Putricide and Syndragosa. We killed Syndragosa tonight. And I was to the point of just wanting to fucking quit playing. I wanted to quit playing WoW because of fucking Heroic Syndragosa 25. Because it's like, oh, it's such a bullshit fight. Even with a 30% buff. It's just, like phase 3 is ridiculous. We had to run like 8 healers. Like, oh, there's just so much fucking raid damage. It got to the point that all raiding was like the occasional knocking out Ruby Sanctum, and then it was just Syndragosa, just wiping on Syndragosa all night. I raid 3 nights a week, and that was it. It was 3 nights of just wiping on Syndragosa for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I was just fucking over it. I was over it. What else? I got a Tabard of the Lightbringer. We got our first Shadowmourne, which is really bullshit, because we should, like, in theory, I think we should have had like 3 or 4 by now, because we went like 2 weeks where we got like a shard, which is crap. But we finally put our Shadowmourne together for our Death Knight Jag, who's way cool. And he gave me the Tabard of the Lightbringer, which was cool. It's cool because you can use it in like bear form and stuff. So you just have like this big shiny. You're just big and shiny for 5 minutes. And I macroed it into my Mangle for both cat and bear. So whenever it's up, whenever the cooldown is up on it, it's used, which is cool. Oh, I've gotten into Burn Notice. Burn Notice is my new favorite show. Well, Scrubs will always be my favorite show, but Burn Notice is really good. And I like. This is gonna sound really stupid, but I feel that if I watch the show long enough, like as religiously as I watch Scrubs, then, well, the thing is, for those, let me explain. Burn Notice, for those who haven't, who've never heard or seen of the show, who've never heard of or seen the show, it's about this guy Michael Weston, and he's a burnt spy, which basically means he's a spy. He's a spy for the government that was fired. but he's stuck in Miami, and he does jobs for people, and he's trying to figure out who burned him and stuff, and he's trying to get his job back. And but the thing is, it's not just like a lot of fucking shooting and blowing up and stuff. It's like he actually explains to you like how and why he does stuff, and like it like lets you into the mind of a spy, and it's really cool. And I feel this is gonna sound really stupid, but I feel that if I watch the show long enough, God, I really shouldn't be saying this embarrassing bullshit, but I feel that if I watch the show long enough and like religiously enough, like as I watch Scrubs, because I've seen every episode of Scrubs at least 10 times now, and that's a lot if seeing as there's like 9 seasons. But I feel like if I watch it long enough, then eventually I'll be like really good in like high danger situations, like better than the average person. I'll be awesome. Like if it really comes down to it, like I can do like crazy spy stuff. I'll get my ass kicked if it comes down to like combat, but like I'll be able to like think like a spy, like how to escape from places and like climbing buildings and stuff. Because he explains how to do all of it, and like God, I'm lame. I'm fucking lame. I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing anything? I saw a guy run his first. I saw the first person run their red light today. Not today. It was like the day before last. I was going to pick my sister up, and I was just driving over there. This is middle of the day in Houston. I'm driving, okay? And I always thought that like if somebody ran a red light, they just fucking like zoomed right past, like they're really fucking headed somewhere. No, but we pull up. It's like 3 lanes, right? We pull up to a red light. I'm in the middle. Guy to my left. Guy to my right. We all stop. And I'm sitting here just listening to my music, doing whatever. And the guy to the right of me decides he's just gonna go. He decided that he was done with the red light, and he was just gonna go, and that was that. And he was just done. He was done waiting. So he stopped and then went. He stopped for a couple seconds and then just went on. And I almost went with him because, like, instinctively, if you see the cars beside you start going, fucking go, just go. But he just, like I said, he just went up. He stopped, and like he didn't like haul through. It wasn't like he just accelerated at fucking 90 miles an hour. No, he stopped, and then he went on through as if it was green, and it just kept going. I was like, all right, then. And the guy behind him pulled right back, pulled right into his spot, and like nobody gave a shit. I think I was the only one going. Like, I think I was the only one. Like, did you just fucking see what he just did? Is that, God damn, he just went. He just decided to go. He just went right on through. I need friends. Have I missed anything? I don't think I have. Okay. Well, there's updates for you. See you later, dog.